Welcome to Ret Races, and today we are going to be reviewing the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 2022 in under 5 minutes. Before we even started, there was drama as Mick Schumacher was not going to line up due to his heavy crash in qualifying. Tsunoda's car completely failed when he was making his way from the pit round to the starting grid, meaning that he could no longer participate in the race. We actually got a very clean start of the race. Some notable positions gained include Hamilton, Magnussen and Lando Norris slowly making their way up on lap 1. In the first few laps we were very much entertained by the two Alpine cars. It was very tense and nerve-wracking, but eventually Ocon passed Alonso and vice versa. Perez was the first to pit on lap 15, which turned out to be unfortunate for him as Latifi put it in the wall on lap 16, causing a virtual safety car and an eventual full safety car situation, meaning that Charles Leclerc could keep the race lead and left Perez floundering. As the safety car was about to come into the pits, Max Verstappen was edging ever closer and closer to Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. It was very, very close to being overtaking Charles. If Verstappen keeps doing this, I think there is going to be some consequences, because he knows he should remain behind the lead car at all times. And also, if he's brake testing the lead car and focusing on his own agenda, he's not focusing on the lead car that is going to be leading the restart, and therefore putting himself on the back foot for when it does come. On lap 36, we started to see the failures of some cars. It was Alonso who lost drive first in the Alpine, then Daniel Ricciardo's Mclaren completely lost power on the straight, and when Bottas pitted, he retired his car. Clearly there needs to be some work on the reliability of these engines, as this is all three engine manufacturers being effective by reliability. Hamilton unfortunately lost out at this stage as he just passed the pit entry when he wanted to pit under the virtual safety car conditions, meaning that he would have a less impactful stop. Once we finally got racing again, Verstappen and Leclerc definitely delivered the entertainment. Lap after lap they were getting into each other's DRS zones. It became a game of what we call DRS chicken, in which the lead car allows the following car to pass earlier on in the circuit, so that they become the following car and gain DRS for the main straight. This worked out really well for Charles for a few laps, but Verstappen soon got wise to this, and they both outbraked themselves into turn 1, no doubt causing a flat spot on both of their tyres. This didn't impact their racing, however, as they continued to race until the checkered flag, and this week it was Verstappen who came out on top. Further back in the field, Alex Albon ran his Williams into Lance Stroll's Aston Martin. It was quite the dive bomb from Albon, but with another driver other than Stroll, potentially an incident could have been avoided, as there was enough room to leave space for Alex's move, however questionable it was. Luckily for Stroll, these wheels seem to be more robust this year, allowing those light touches. Albon did not get out unscathed, however, and had to abandon his Williams at the side of the track. We found out after the race that this move cost him 3 grid places in Melbourne next week and 2 penalty points on his licence. Also towards the end of the race, Esteban Ocon and Lando Norris were trading places and even had a drag race to the checkered flag. Ultimately, Ocon won out, demonstrating the strength of that Alpine car, but it was good to see Norris back up in the points. A big win for Mclaren considering Daniel Ricciardo had retired. Another standout performance, albeit quiet one, was that of George Russell. He finished 5th and gained loads of points for his team, whereas Lewis Hamilton could only manage 10th on pure pace this time out. Overall, for a Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, this was a very successful one. It was highly entertaining, and thankfully there were no major crashes or red flags. It was good to see the cars following close to one another once again. However, I do think if this DRS chicken is going to continue throughout the rest of the season, the FIA will need to police it better and may have to get involved, because ultimately it is late manoeuvres under braking, which can be very dangerous. Thanks for watching, and please follow @RetRaces on Twitter for updates.